on one. High fly ball. Deep right field. Backing up. Eaton, and that one is out of here.
No side.
He crushed it. And the Red Sox have taken the lead.
Bitch, put some respect on my name. Hey, when you speak on me, you speak on the game.
Guys, welcome to Smack Talk. Today's guest, he is not only an entrepreneur, but he is also a real estate agent, investor, content creator, family man, and a proud father. Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Clement.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me on.
Brother, I know you're busy, okay? The entrepreneur life can be very heavy, very hectic.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time out of the day for coming to speak with me, my dumbass, on a fucking Friday night.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
Anytime. So I want to know, like, who is Martin Clement? Why did you get started?
Well,
like, what started it all?
Definitely not cool enough to be on this podcast.
Stop it.
I've seen a few of your guests there.
You're my first realtor, bro.
Yeah, I listened to a few of your episodes. It's good content.
Thank you.
I like what you're doing.
Thank you.
Saw your buddy in here the other day with the neck tattoos.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah.
The rocker.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to be on this podcast. Like, I mean, I'm not cool enough to be here, man. So,
hey, bro, I'm a cultural chameleon. You know what I mean? Yeah.
These are all your friends?
All my friends. Well, Zach, I went to high school with him, and we just, like, branched off. And, like, I was on my Instagram feed, and I was just like, wait, he's a lead singer of a metal band now?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking cool. So, yeah, so I hit him up.
I fell into his content also.
Yeah.
So I've been watching him jam.
There you go, see?
Yeah. But I deleted all social media from my phone about a month and a half ago, and I do feel good. We just get sucked in, man. It's crazy.
Is it hard, though, with what you do?
So, like, for example, you messaged me on my Instagram, like, 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And then this morning, I logged into my PC, and I'm like, okay, let's go see what's happening on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I had like 8 messages. You know, like, people.
That's what it is, man.
People want to reach out to you.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing the workaround, all of that. So maybe I need to find like a way to have an autoresponder and say, hey, if you want to get an immediate hold of me, this is the office number, so I don't miss out on opportunities. But I do find that I've been having a much better focus throughout the day without Facebook, without TikTok, without Instagram on my phone. But now the only thing I've kept on there is X. And now I find myself consuming more X than ever before.
That sounds weird, but sure.
Yeah. More Twitter. Yeah. But maybe I need to do the total purge and
It's fucking hard, man. Well, especially like, do you have a team that does your social media, or you do everything?
Yeah. So I got a girl that posts for me. Jer does all the reels and stuff like that. I've taken a step back from producing content on a weekly basis, just because I need to find my voice a bit more. So I've been doing podcasts for 4 years. Started off as a joke. It was me and my best friend drinking beer.
That's always what it is.
We called it La Visite. It was
Nice.
about 2 buddies just drinking beer, shooting shit. And then we started having friends on the podcast, like bands, musicians, comedians. And then by episode number 24, we had Mike Ward on the podcast.
That's sick, man. I didn't even know about this. What the fuck?
Yeah. So
I was too focused on your real estate career.
So I mean, it was about drinking beer, getting pretty messed up, and just shooting shit with like cool people.
Yeah.
So I deleted a lot of that content from the internet.
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah. So you can probably still find bits and pieces of it.
Cool.
Because the internet is forever.
Bro, I'm going to watch it.
So once we got Mike Ward on the show, then we got like other bigger bands from the Quebec side, bigger comedians. They're all like, okay, what's this show about? And then that's the fun thing about the podcasting world. It's so new that anybody that's got a great voice,
thank you,
like you, a bel entregent, good charisma.
Yeah.
You know, you can really make progress in this sphere, man. It's like,
but it is a little saturated. You know, the market is a little.
It's not saturated with good
content. There's content.
There's a lot of content.
But is it good?
There's not a lot of good content.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've been following PBD.
Yeah, of course.
Tainment.
Of course, dude.
Like, I mean, he
created his own media business, and I was like, I'm doing that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So he's like going at it 110%, and he's making a lot of noise.
Yep.
Like, ESPN just laid off a gazillion workers last week.
Yeah.
And like PBD is getting calls like from anchors at ESPN, like, are you looking to expand your sports division?
Yeah.
Like, the old media system is crumbling.
Do you know who Pat McAfee is?
I've heard the name.
So he did the same thing. He started with Barstool,
Okay.
and then he created his own podcast. He's live every day for like 3-4 hours just
Okay.
talking football. He's an ex NFL punter. I love him. He's literally the podcast that I watch the most, and he completely changed the game. No more suit and ties. That's why I started La Zone, because I
Is
wanted.
that the guy that wears like muscle
Yeah,
shirts?
yeah, exactly.
I've seen a few
Yeah,
of his
yeah, yeah.
clips.
So
Yeah.
now, every time there's game day,
Yeah.
so like for NFL, like on Thursdays, Mondays, and Sundays, he's live with ESPN.
Okay.
So dude, like that's something, man. He started as a podcast, man.
Did they keep him on?
Yeah.
ESPN did?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that like TVA this week, they just laid off like
That's crazy.
500 people.
Yeah, but that's in Canada, with the new broadcasting laws and stuff. It can, that's what's gonna happen.
Let's talk about that a
Yeah.
bit later
Oh,
on.
okay, sure.
But like the point I want to make is that the whole media industry, it's all going for a huge shakeup. And I mean, if you want to make a run for it,
It's now.
is the time.
Yeah.
Because some new leaders are going to be established, and I think you've got wheels on your content, man. So
Thank you.
lâche pas.
Thank you, man. Thank
Yeah.
you. No, I'm not, because I can't now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm too far deep. I'm too dedicated. I got no choice, man. As long as my bills are paid, like
Yeah.
got no choice.
So what about these new censorship laws that
Yeah.
are in Canada? What do you think about that?
Of course.
Do you get into it on this podcast? You don't get into it.
I don't get into it, no, but hey, who gives a shit? Might as well, okay? It is Smack Talk. So, of course, look, in my point of view, it is ridiculous. Compared to the States, like my grandfather fought for this country, man, and free speech is you need it to be a normal functioning citizen,
Yeah.
and to take it away like that, not take it away, but it's controlled in a certain way that at some point you are not saying what you think. But I did see that in journalism a lot. I do have a background in journalism. I did have a little stint in journalism school, in and out, and what I went into school for was not the product that they were offering. So what I hated the most is you're not going to school to be a journalist. You're going to school to be an actor.
Yes.
And I realized that real quick. They don't care about your opinion. They don't care about your voice. You are just, well, they do. You're a mouthpiece, right? No opinions. And let's say like I would write an article. I would give it to my teacher. He would look over it. Okay, you can't say this. Oh, you can say that. Okay, keep this, keep that. As soon as you edit it, it's not you, man.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? You are just reading off a teleprompter.
Exactly.
So that turned me away from that. I always loved podcasts. I fell in love with podcasting. Of course, during the pandemic, podcasting was a big fucking thing.
Yeah,
so I
for
listened
sure.
to all of them, and I was like, man, I can do this. I think I can, honestly. Like it was perfect. It like lined it up like perfectly. And then I went out to eat, what was it? I think it was last Christmas. I went out for some drinks with the boys, and a couple of my buddies were there, and they were already shooting a couple episodes here, and they're like, yeah, man, you just pay per session. Like they explained all the setup, and I'm like, are you kidding me, man? Like I was waiting so long for this, and then it
Yeah.
just fell into my lap. So I'm like, I'm not stopping. I had other things that went on in my life at that time too. I was in
Yeah.
a dark state, so I'm like, I have nothing to lose. Fuck it,
Yeah.
So that's the situation now, and now we're 3 podcasts deep. Smack Talk TV, it's its own brand.
Cool.
And so I started from the bottom, man. Again, the grind is something, but I ain't fucking stopping until
You've got more than 3 episodes.
no 3 podcasts.
3 podcasts.
Yeah.
3 separate podcasts.
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's Smack Talk with Johnny B. There's La Zone Payante, which is a sports, NFL and sports gambling podcast.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
I watched a
Yeah,
few clips from
we're,
that.
hey, we're hitting, man. We're hitting. I'm telling you, it's fun. I love football. Football's my my love in life. So.
Yeah, that's what Jared was saying. That's one that's really hitting
Yeah.
some good numbers for
Oh
you.
yeah, like TikTok especially.
Okay.
Yeah, TikTok is going really like my TikTok for Smack Talk. Terrible. I got shadow banned for one post, man, and like ever since I've only got like 200. I got like 800 followers, but 200 views per video. It makes no sense.
No, it
makes no
doesn't.
sense. So
What was the controversial thing?
it was talking about eating disorders. I had a psychologist who specializes in eating disorders, and they came on the show to explain to people what are the signs and what you should do if you encounter different eating disorders. That was the clip.
Oh shit.
And I guess, well, okay, as the picture, I used a person who's suffering from anorexia.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, I guess, kind of harsh a little bit, but come
Yeah.
on, dude, for shadow banning my account. So, and now I just don't fuck with TikTok anymore. Instagram's my thing.
Yeah.
YouTube, my YouTube is pretty good.
Good.
For someone who just started, it's pretty good.
It's tough, man, to get some YouTube views.
YouTube is Spotify for me is hardest, but YouTube is I don't know. YouTube saved me.
So what's the strategy to get more views on Spotify? Let's just game it out.
It comes from other sites.
From other sites.
Yeah.
And people will see, okay, well, I've seen Johnny B here, so I'm going to go research his name on Spotify.
Yeah, that would be pretty much it.
Pretty much the way it is.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, they'll see the content, they'll be like, "Oh my God, this is really cool." So let's watch the full video on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And then they get on YouTube, they're like, "Wait, but I'm at work. Is there another option?"
Yeah.
That's why people listen to podcasts.
Yes.
That nowadays, that's how you get heard. You know?
The car.
Yeah, it all starts with the reels.
Yeah. In the garage.
Yeah.
Listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
So other than Pat McAfee, who are some of your favorites?
Man, these are good questions, man. Pat McAfee. I like Patrick Bet-David for sure. Man, Joe Rogan's the OG.
Yes.
And Theo Vaughn, man. Theo's the best. He can see, like, I kind of could, like, okay, he's crazy. He's an extremely talented comedian, but the way he can just, every episode is different. I love that, man. Jordan Peterson, then YG, then like a garbage man from New York. That's insane, man.
And then a lady truck driver.
Yeah, I love the range. You know, I love that.
Mortician.
Yeah, the mortician. Yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. I love that like a lot. I like podcasts that stand out.
Yeah.
You know, in their own unique kind of way.
Yeah.
I like comedy podcasts for sure. What was the other one I was gonna say? I listen to a lot.
PBD Joe Rogan.
Yeah, PBD Joe Rogan. Shit, man. Oh, Kill Tony. You know what Kill Tony is? So it's like a live stand-up show. I watched that with my girlfriend, man. That's pretty funny. Get to laugh a lot. So.
Red Band and
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Tony Hinchcliffe. Yeah. They have some stand-up comedians that are trying to be funny for a minute.
Yeah. And they just get roasted, dude.
That's tough.
Bro.
Have you ever tried stand-up comedy?
I've always wanted to do it. I did make a promise to myself to try it out at least once. And if I put something on my list, I'm doing it, you know? But
cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Not yet. I have a lot on my plate, so.
So I went and I took a stand-up
Really?
comedy class. It was 8 classes. I toughed that out for 4 classes. And was just like getting nervous about going on stage, and I just exited the program. But I really want to give it another go.
You can't learn comedy from school, man. You know, in Quebec you can. Well, the what is it in Montreal? Is that where you went?
No. So there's a
École de l'humour?
course. There's a course in Ottawa.
Okay.
It's given by the guy that headlines a lot at Absolute Comedy.
Okay.
Pierre Bro, I think.
Okay,
something
I don't
like
know.
that. He'd be a good guest for you.
That would be cool.
But no, he takes you like through like your 5-minute set. He teaches you how to structure it, and then the whole class goes and presents.
Yeah.
Just at a stand-up open mic, and I want to do it again, and I want to go through with the entire program for sure.
So what got you into real estate?
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That simple, huh?
Yeah. So when I was 18, graduated high school, I opened up my first restaurant that summer. And I would work from 4 a.m. till like 9 p.m. every single day. Nobody made more money than me and all my friends. You know, I had the restaurant rolling. But then you look around at other restaurateurs that are making it big, and like the money's just not there. Like it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not happening.
Especially now.
Yeah, and the people that are making a lot of money are very few and far between. So when I was 21, I had been in the restaurant industry for 3 years, and one of my uncles drove up to my restaurant with a new Chrysler 300. It was like a funky car.
That's a dope dealer car right there, buddy.
Yeah, in 2005, 2006. So I just asked him, hey, Bert, like how does this work? And he signed me up, and I've been in real estate ever since.
Wow.
2006 to today. So I've worked at every level of real estate. I was a receptionist to start, then a high performers admin assistant. Then I worked with all his buyers, and then I worked my way up to be a team leader. We were selling over 200 homes per year.
Jesus.
You know, multiple $1 million years back to back to back, and then I fucking burned out. 2017, 2018, I just had enough of real estate, man. I would go to the convenience store or the grocery, and then people would come up to me and say, hey, Marty, how's it going? And then I wasn't able to, recognize them. And I'd be like, I know you from somewhere. And they're like, yeah, you have our house for sale right now. And it's like, oh, fuck, that's, the worst feeling. And I don't like to sell that way.
Damn.
I like to sell, on a relationship level.
Absolutely.
Not transactional. But that will happen when you're carrying 50 listings. You'll forget people, and c'est la vie. But I just got really focused on what I wanted, and then I joined this little brokerage called EXP in 2017. I was number 9 in Ontario, And EXP, the way it works is that you onboard other agents, you help them out, you help them grow their career, and you get a small commission from their commissions, right? So we worked on that for 3 years. Nobody was joining us. And when the pandemic hit, people just started joining our brokerage like crazy.
Yeah.
So now we're up to 66 agents at the office in Ottawa.
EXP is, I know about EXP. I had a short stint in real estate too.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
Which brokerage?
I didn't know. That's what I'm saying. Short stint. I quit class, dude.
Yeah. Was it Quebec or?
Yeah, Westsick, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's not for me, man.
Yeah.
There's too much paperwork, and I was just, my ADHD brain was just like, oh, fuck this shit, dude.
We've got a few agents on the Quebec side, a few in Gatineau and a few in Montreal.
EXP is international, man.
Yeah, we've got some in Calgary. The brokerage itself has 89,000 agents worldwide, but our group is 66.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been working on over the past few years. I also coach agents. I've got like an online course that I put together with Jer. And that was fun.
Damn.
Yeah. That's how I met Jer.
Really?
Yeah, we started filming.
Okay, now everything is like coming together.
So Jeremy was working for CBC, or he just quit CBC, and I was looking for a videographer to follow me around, Gary Vee style.
Yeah.
And that's how I met Jer. And then we started putting together these podcast studios. The first one was so shitty, and Jer was telling me, like, you need to spend some money here, Marty. But I would spend like $180 on a Logitech cam.
Doesn't work, man.
It worked. It was okay.
But in the long run,
I was just like you. I had 3 podcasts at the moment. I had the book club.
Yeah.
I had La Visite, and then I had just martinclement.ca, which is where I do the real estate stuff. And I did a shit ton of podcasts, learned a lot about it, and here we are in the new studio.
Beautiful.
Jer put together.
Absolutely beautiful, man.
The guy's a genius.
He is.
I mean, people that haven't been in here yet, I mean, they need to come by and check it out if they've got an idea.
He's probably looking at us right now, dude.
Yeah. This whole automation thing, like I've never seen this anywhere in the world.
Like if people think like, oh, there has to be like this big production crew. There's one dude. He's in Jordan right now, and we're chilling.
Hopefully,
just me and you.
Hopefully, staying safe.
Hopefully, oh yeah, fucking sure.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the Middle East is in a crazy situation right now.
Yeah, where do you think we're heading with all of that stuff, man?
I don't see anything beneficial coming from it.
No, it's crazy. Like your parents were military, or your
grandparent?
Grandparent?
Yeah, my great grandfather. Grandfather, sorry.
Yeah, man, it's freaking nuts. And what I don't like about what's going on is that there's no leader right now on our side, and I'm talking about the U.S. and Canada, that has a de-escalation voice to them.
I totally agree with that.
They should be putting out the message like, hey, we need to stop this like right now, but they're just playing it so safe, like on the political side, that they don't want to go on one side or the other.
Yeah.
But I mean, the side that I'm on, and I would hope that the large majority of Canadians are on the same side as me, is like, let's just get people to stop killing each other.
Yeah.
That's
the main goal.
That would be the main goal.
Yeah.
I don't have the solution to fix the Middle East. I mean,
no, no one has.
Nobody has it.
No.
But it's just crazy to see how willing they are to finance, both sides of them. Because it's probably
whoever's right and wrong. At the end of the day, people are still dying, dude. So fucking, we just. I know. I'm a very peaceful person too when it comes to stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, why don't they just talk it out? It's way more complicated than that. Human beings are they're tribal. Mm-hmm. That's who we are. We're always gonna have war. There's always been, war and killings, and it's all, I don't know, man. We should just. That's why I do this. That's why I do this shit, man, to bring people together. Like the
problem is that that war is so profitable.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, they've got so much money in the game that they just want to keep it going. And that's a huge problem right now.
Yeah, but they're playing human chess with people's innocent lives, man.
That's rough.
That's rough.
And just like right now, I'm self-censoring what I'm saying.
Oh, same thing. Buddy. Wait till we get off camera.
I'm self-censoring because, we are dealing with a lot of censorship right now in the media world. Mm-hmm. And we got to shake out of it. you know, we got to be able to speak freely. And sometimes people are going to say shit that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And we got to be okay with that.
Yeah.
But we need to be able to discuss ideas. I think that podcasts like this are great.
Yeah.
Because I rarely sit down with any of my best friends and have a conversation for 45 minutes to an hour uninterrupted. The phone will ring. My family's going to try to get a hold of me.
Yep.
The waiter's going to come by.
Yep.
You know, we're always dealing with distractions, but on long form conversations like this, we can explore different ideas.
Yeah.
And I think that's super valuable.
And that's super addicting.
Yes.
It's amazing. Every week I'm like, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Like even with the boys on my other podcast, like it's just seeing their faces coming. Like, you know, we're all working 9 to 5s. Well, not 9 to 5s, but like, you know, we're still working except for Coach. He's retired, fucking spending either old money, man, just on gambling and shit. He got some good money, man. Coach is the guy, man.
Coach, is that one of your co-hosts?
Yeah, he was actually one of my coaches. He was my first ever football coach, and he was he's one of my best friends' dad. And after a couple of years, I put a story up like, hey, I'm doing a football podcast. Anybody interested? He's like, dude, just call my dad.
Cool.
I'm like, what? He's retired. He was retired in Mexico, and I know that he's a huge sports gambler. Yeah. So I called him up, man. We just spoke on the phone for like almost an hour and a half.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, whatever the fuck you want. I'll be in Canada in like a week. So
cool.
And yeah.
And what type of football did you play? Where?
I played. I played for Gatineau.
Okay.
I played at a little bit of high school too, but I played for the Gatineau Vikings mostly. And then after that, I switched over to Ottawa. I played for Myers Riders.
Okay.
For 3 years, and then I went to I tried out at Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu.
Okay.
To play ball. I did one preseason game, and then I had some personal issues. I wasn't honestly, man. Like I've said it before. Yes, it was injuries too, but I didn't have the mindset for it.
Yeah.
And I regret it every single day. I took my talent for granted, and I didn't put in the work, and I got outworked.
Yeah.
And I quit because I was a bitch, and I regret it every single day of my life. Football was my number one love. I thought I was going to do it forever, and I took it away myself.
And how old are you now?
25.
25?
Yeah.
You don't want to get back into it?
No, I'm too fucked up.
Too fucked up?
Yeah, too fucked up. My knees are all are screwed and shit. My back is destroyed. I had a major car accident too.
Okay.
So everything is out of whack. I would love to, man, of course, but I just don't. I don't know. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I get it. I played football also.
Where'd you play?
For the Dukes.
Really?
In Gloucester.
Nice.
So I played Bengals before that, but
Nice.
then I the Bengals.
Are the Dukes the Giants now?
I have no idea. I have not kept in contact with that world. I try not to pay attention to sports for the same reason that we've already discussed about canceling all the social media.
Yeah.
But no, I played Bengals, then won a championship with the Dukes in the midget. The offensive coordinator from Ohio State was our head coach at the Dukes.
Yeah.
So they invited me to their tryouts for the Buckeyes, but I just said no. Like my back was all fucked up.
Jesus, what position did you play?
I was a tight end.
Really?
Yeah.
Sick, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome, man.
No, I was pretty good, but just like you, I decided not to pursue it at all.
Yeah.
Same reasoning that I joined real estate. I just didn't see the money. I didn't see where there would be a hole for me to go make a living playing football.
Yeah.
Like I was good, but I wasn't that good. You know what I mean? And then you finish and you wrecked up your back and you're all fucked up, and then you just got a bad body and nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
So, probably you saved yourself a lot of headaches.
I know, but like I was so dedicated for it, man, and like it's sad because I had the talent for it. Like I showed up to I was invited to go to Saint Jean's training camp. Okay, Saint Jean's Richelieu, for people who don't know, in Quebec, it's like holy fuck, like it's a good, beautiful school. I think it's D1 now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did the tryouts for it, and the tryouts, dude, I showed up stoned. Okay, I dominated. I just
What position did you
I
play?
played D end.
Okay.
I just bull rushed. D line. I was switched up. I just bull rushed everybody because they were first years too, right?
Yeah.
So they're from other schools. I just physically dominated everybody. Then I showed up to practice with the real motherfuckers, the starters.
Yeah.
I got ragdolled. I was starting to keep up a little bit, and then the injuries came, and then I'm like, oh fuck this shit, I'm 2 hours away from home. I didn't have the mentality and stuff.
Yeah.
And I regret it so much, man. I was just young, dumb, wanted to party all the time, and it's just, I don't know.
like everybody else.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to party.
Yeah.
C'est la vie.
Yeah.
But
Not anymore, man. I'm
No.
fucking drinking tea on a Friday night, dude.
you guys were drinking beer last time I was in
We
here.
were. Yeah, I know.
No, that's another thing. I can't party like I used to anymore. I'm like, I tried the 75 hard this.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
My girlfriend did it with me. Our son is 9 months old.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So she wanted to get back in tip-top shape, so I decided to do it with her. We did the 75 hard, lost probably 14, 15 pounds of excess weight. My business just was purring like a kitten. And then we finished the 75 hard. We didn't go back to partying, but then I got a bachelor party with buddies. Then we went out, partied our face off, and then I was just wrecked for like 3 days.
That's worse, man.
So yeah, I think I'm done with it.
Like for in your instance, like you don't have 3 days to recover. Like
No.
you're wet. You got to work, dude.
So like you wake up this Sunday and you still have offers coming in.
Yeah.
You still got to deal with them. And yeah, it's fun to party with your boys. Like it's great. It's a lot of fun. But like at 38, my age, you just don't bounce back as easy.
How's the work-life balance of being, successful like you are and just trying to balance a normal family life?
So when I was doing over 200 deals a year, it would be like a 90-hour work week,
Yeah.
every single week. And you'd get to the office 6 a.m. and you leave at 10 p.m. at night. That'd be most days. So, that was rough. When I decided to pull the plug on all that, I rebuilt my business the opposite way around. So business is no longer first for me. It's still very high up on the priority list. But when I look at my calendar at the start of the week, I always put in self-care first. So the gym is super important for me, time for myself. Then I book time with my girlfriend, like a date night, Tuesday night. Sundays are completely off. I don't go on appointments, very, very rarely that I go on appointments on Sunday. It needs to be something super special. And work will fill in the cracks in between. And before I had that mentality, it was a total opposite. It's like I'll work every single hour. And if I'm free, I'll spend time with my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's not good, especially not in the long run. Like,
Well, yeah, I had another relationship before, and it probably did not help that relationship, right? That you're working 60, 70, 80 hours every single week.
Yeah.
But I think that if you want to be successful in this world, everybody's wired differently, but the majority will probably do better if they take care of themselves before, take care of their family and the people they want to spend time with, and then work will fill in every other thing.
Yeah.
In between.
if you're not healthy, you can't perform, right? Performance is everything.
Oh, bro, it's for me.
You got to view it as an athlete, like as ex-football players. It's the grind, man. I watch tape. I do my drills. I practice. Like this. This is for real. You have no choice. This episode is brought to you by Neox Marketing. Are you looking to upgrade your business? Do you want to develop your marketing skills but have no idea where to start? Boy, do I have a deal for you. With promo code SmackTalk, you can get not 25, not 50, not 60, 80% off their marketing ebook. That comes to a total of $2. Yeah, this ebook has everything, okay? It took a year to make. It's simple to use, so you can get started ASAP. So Johnny, you're saying you can get an entire ebook, a step-by-step guide for scaling my business for only $2? That's exactly what I'm saying. With promo code SmackTalk, you can use it at checkout or click the link in the description. That is promo code SmackTalk for 80% off your purchase. SmackTalk. Tell a friend to tell a friend and enjoy the episode. Peace.
So when you do a podcast like this, do you have an outline of what you want to talk about?
I have a couple. I have questions. Okay, for people who don't know, I keep the questions just if the conversation doesn't flow.
I like it.
If I get someone who's just like stressful, hey man, I got questions for days, buddy. Like
Yeah?
you're not gonna make me stop. Like,
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
So what do you got?
I got everything, bro. Myths about the industry, Canadian real estate, is content creation key? Where do you see real estate in the next couple of years? Should you invest abroad? EXP, how different is it? How is the entrepreneur? Dude, I got everything, bro.
Cool.
So let's start with this. How is the Canadian real estate market right now?
So it's different in every province.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some provinces are performing better than others right now. Alberta seems to be booming.
Yeah.
There's a few reasons for that. I think that a lot of successful people are fed up with certain governments, and they're heading towards governments that are a bit more conservative. Sorry if this gets you shadow banned. But
If you're a political party, man, like I never said I support any side. This is an apolitical show.
I'll say it, but you know, it's the same reason that states in the United States have been gaining citizens,
Yeah.
and some other states have been losing citizens. So like California is like just losing citizens.
Well, because
right
the
now.
taxes, man.
Taxes are crazy.
Crime rate, homeless.
They're not persecuting crimes that should be persecuted.
People are stealing for under 900. They're just walking into Walmart just with $900 worth of shit. And
Yeah, so people are moving to states like Florida and Texas. Right now, the Calgary market is doing a lot better than the Toronto market or the Ottawa market. It's a beautiful city. It's got law and order. It's got low taxes, and people seem to be flocking out that way. Now, to talk about the real estate as a whole, interest rates are fucking high, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we were dealing with low interest markets for a few years. You could borrow $1 million and you were paying 1.99 interest. So it was costing you $20,000 per year to borrow $1 million. Now we're dealing with interest rates that are probably at 6.5 if you've got excellent credit, if you've got a good job. If you borrow $1 million, now it's $65,000 every single year. And now you're starting to see people that have excellent jobs, accountants, doctors, engineers, they're starting to struggle to make their payments. So, I mean, what's going to happen with the real estate market? I think that we're about to see a flood of inventory like we have never seen in the Canadian real estate market, at least not in my career. I get some older realtors, the guys that have been in the game for like 40 years. They're talking about interest rates in the late 80s that were at 19%. So they're saying, this is nothing. We used to deal with 19% interest rates. But prices were so different back then. You could buy a bungalow for $89,000. Now the average price for a home in Ottawa is $600,000. I don't know much about the Gatineau market here, but I mean, think about it. $600,000 at 6% interest, that's $36,000 of interest per year. If you're making, let's say, $72,000 a year, half of your income is going towards interest and you're not moving forward. So I think that something will need to change over the next 6 months. I think that we're going to see interest rates, they'll have to come down. They'll have to come down at some point, but there's going to be a lot of pain for a lot of people. So
yeah,
it's a great opportunity to buy.
Yeah.
If you can weather the storm of the interest rates. But I say this to a lot of first-time home buyers, a lot of people that want to get into the real estate market, maybe as their first investment, their second property. Like, do it now. I know the interest rates suck. I know that the payments suck, but once the interest rates go back down, I think that real estate will skyrocket. I think that once we're in a low interest rate environment again, the average price for a home in Ottawa will probably skyrocket all the way up to $900,000 to $1 million. And this,
a la Vancouver.
yeah, so Vancouver will shoot even higher, you know, because of the demand.
Tens of millions of dollars for a fucking house.
So I don't want to be a doomsday sayer here.
The bearer of bad news.
The
but
bearer
that's
of bad news, but
reality,
I
man.
think that for young Canadians, this might be their last chance to get into the real estate market right now. I think it's going to be a rich man's game for the next 10 years. There is a globalist group out there called the World Economic Forum.
Yes.
And they talk a lot about how people will own nothing and be happy. And I can see a lot of the policies that are going into play right now at the federal government in Canada. They are trying to make that happen. So they are offering huge incentives for big corporations to buy entire subdivisions. So that means that when a subdivision announces that they're going to release 3,000 properties, a big corporation can come in and buy the entire subdivision. Now, what are people like you and I what are our options that are left on the table? Well, we have to rent. And that's the only thing that's available for us. And I think that they're going to pull it off. I think that they're going to be able to, just like Monopoly, own all the real estate, and then we'll be forced to rent. So be wise.
Scary times.
Scary times. Yeah, so that's what I think is going to happen.
Do you invest abroad? Do you recommend investing abroad?
I do. A few of my very successful clients have totally exited the Canadian real estate market. They're now investing in places like Costa Rica and in Mexico.
Yeah.
I think Canada is a great country. I just think it's a lot harder as an entrepreneur to get going now. I think it's a lot harder as a real estate investor to get going right now.
Yeah.
It's a tough market for sure. There's still lots of money to be made, but it's a tough market.
Canada's rough for entrepreneurs, man.
It is. And
that's why everybody's going to the States, right?
Yeah, so I mean the friends that I have that left Canada, they're not the people that are sucking the system. They're not the people that are taking on those checks from the government. They're people that are
creating jobs.
They're the people that are paying huge amounts of tax dollars, and now we're just losing those people that have mobility freedom.
Tax the rich. They're just going to leave, man.
They're just going to leave, and they're going to go to where they're treated better.
Exactly.
There's a really good YouTube channel called The Nomad Capitalist.
Okay.
And that's his entire thing, man. He talks about where to go where you're treated best. We've talked about leaving a lot, me and my girlfriend, especially during the lockdowns. I had one of my employees just straight up move to Florida for the entire lockdown periods. She was working remotely, like you're talking about.
Yeah.
You have a lot of employees that work remotely.
Absolutely.
So Rahel, she moved to Florida. She was doing all of her work remotely, and she didn't deal with any of this bullshit up here. And people they're looking at their options. And if you want to compete as a country, you better make sure that you're offering good incentives to your citizens.
You think it's worth it to move to Florida in your case?
We decided to stay. We decided to fight. So I got involved with the Conservative Party of Canada. I'm trying to see where, I can put in my influence. I think that freedom for all of the citizens is the best way that we have a prosperous country. And I think that people that are encouraged to take care of themselves, people that are encouraged to go to the gym, people that are encouraged to look at their finances closely, people that are taught that, hey, you're responsible for your own outcome in life. I think the more people we have like that in a country, the better we'll all be off. I'm not hearing a lot of that message from the mainstream media.
No.
It's like you're perfect the way you are. If you're overweight, don't worry about it. You were talking about eating disorders earlier. So
that's
crazy. If you're dead ass broke, don't worry about it. You'll get a check from the government.
It's true.
That's no way to run a society.
No.
We're just going to encourage more and more people to become lazy, and then we'll end up with no innovation. Everybody's going to be
stagnant, just in their own little world,
sitting down, and a lot of people are going to be on SSRIs because they're just so depressed because their life is shitty. Some people are depressed because they do have a chemical imbalance, but some people are depressed just because they don't put any effort, man, into their life. And I know that's a harsh message.
Look, life is shit. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Life is shit for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody has their battles. Life is terrible, but man, either you stay in your bed and cry about it, or you fucking do the work, man, because it's not gonna do itself. I'm fucking sick and tired of this shit, man. Everybody goes through mental health. I go through mental health. Everybody goes through it, man. It sucks, but hey, too bad. At least we're alive. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You're living another day. You are alive. You woke up today. You know what I mean?
And I mean, if you're depressed, I'm going to encourage you to go for a walk. You might
do
not
something.
You might not feel like going to the gym. Just go take a walk. Maybe set yourself an objective to sell $100 worth of useless shit that you've got lying around in your apartment. And this week, I'm going to post that Nintendo 64 that I've got sitting in my closet.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it up for $40, and then I'm going to watch my bank account grow and just stop being depressed. Set objectives for yourself, go after it, it's exhilarating, man. It
It
doesn't
is.
have to be like make $1 million in the next week. It could be just something slightly better than where you are right now. And Jordan Peterson talks a lot about this. When we talk about
love him.
a goal setting, like everybody wants to set these big grandiose goals, and yes, they are good, but the most efficient way to set a goal for yourself is just make sure that you're slightly better than the version of yourself that you were yesterday, and be humble enough to aim low enough. Like if your room's a mess, clean your room, right? If I don't know, if you're behind on your Rogers bill, like make sure that the next month everything is cleared off. You're not behind on your Rogers bill, you know. And then just set goals appropriate for yourself, and that does a lot of heavy lifting to make yourself feel better about yourself. And I still go through it. Some days I don't feel like it, but I just go out there and I make stuff happen. That's the cure.
Hey, maybe the quality of work like is not like the day before, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's the day you stop, man, and that's why I think it's because of that letdown with football, man. I can't take it no more. Like I can't fucking take failure and being a loser anymore. Like it was just like it was too much. It was really too much. I was a loser for a long time, man, and I was like, fuck this shit, man. It's not. I'd rather die trying.
What makes you think that you were a loser before? Like what?
Oh, just just not giving a fuck, just smoking weed, being an asshole, just not cheating on girlfriends, just being a complete garbage person. You know what I mean? And that's not who I am. You know, it took a lot, and I went back to the gym. You know, I struggled with a lot of mental health and stuff, and hey, every day is better, right?
Yeah.
It's never going to be perfect, but at least it's better than what it was. You know?
So does the gym help your mental state?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. I lost over close to 100 pounds, man.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So what's the secret? What'd you do?
The secret is for me. Everybody's different. For me, it's fasted cardio in the morning because you
Okay.
got no choice but to do it.
Yeah.
It's done, finished. That's it. It sucks, but hey, what doesn't suck nowadays?
man.
So fasted cardio and strictly protein, man. Pretty much.
Okay.
And animal-based diet.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. That's it, man.
So do you eat like chicken and fish? And
Well, not a lot of fish. It's just pretty much ground beef, grass-fed beef, and chicken
no
and eggs.
way.
Yeah.
So the carnivore diet, essentially.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Do you eat any fruits or anything?
Sometimes, yeah. No, now like that's what I did to lose a lot of weight. Now I'm just like I'm pretty much I fast a lot. I can't work on a full stomach
No.
at all.
No way.
like zero.
You just crash?
Oh, like I'm fucking. I can't. You can't even talk to me, man. So much like brain fog.
Yeah.
it's crazy. So I just fast as much as I can, pretty much during the day, or I'll eat like 1 or 2 meals, and on the weekend I'll just like pig out with my girlfriend. Well, not pig out, but like have some cookies, fucking whatever, man.
Yeah. Because I did the carnivore thing for a week. Got the runs.
Yeah.
Does that happen?
You have to supplement other things. If you just do steaks and ground beef, it's going to be rough.
was rough.
That's why I thought that's what I did in the beginning. I tried just doing steak and ground beef.
Yeah.
I go to the gym, huge headaches, man.
Okay.
Huge headaches. So then I was like, okay, I'll put some salt in my water, see if that
Yeah.
happens. Good. Great workout. Cardio sucks. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, man? I'm going to have a heart attack if I keep doing this, So I'm like, you know what? I'll just supplement some eggs and some chicken.
Yeah.
Fine. Perfect.
Really?
Perfect. Yeah. So everybody's different, right?
I'm thinking of trying it for like a month.
Yeah.
Seeing how
I haven't done
feel.
it for. I've been doing it for a while, man.
Yeah. I want to give it a go. So
It is hard though. Like at night, you get that craving.
yeah.
It's hard.
When we did the 75 hard, we did no sugar, no bread, no pasta.
Insane.
All those cravings went away, man.
Yeah.
They're there for like a week, but then it's like nothing.
Yeah. But once you start again, fucked.
I did not start again.
Oh
I
man, the
did not
cravings at
start.
night for me are terrible, man.
We had a few friends over for Halloween because we were handing out candy, and like my friends were just like chowing down like chocolate like crazy, and like me and my girlfriend didn't touch any of it. It's just like you get rid of that.
Yeah.
You get rid of those bacteria in your stomach, and somehow your brain doesn't want that sugar like it used to before.
Oh, you're right.
So I don't know how
It takes a couple weeks for your body to get used to it for sure.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know how that works.
But once you start, man, like now, like at night, buddy, crazy.
Yeah, there's something about the gut, your gut biome. Like if it's fed like carbs all the time, then it just multiplies, and then
Yeah.
it like gives you that craving even more.
But it's that at night you want that you want for me it's like I
Yeah.
want something sweet, man.
Really?
You know, I want some chocolate or something.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
why,
yeah.
man, because I was a fucking fat kid, man. I loved my chocolate and shit, man. Yeah, I was a big kid, man. It's crazy. Like
It's useful when you're a defensive end, though.
yeah. It was very useful. Just bull rushing the shit out of everybody. I was a big kid, man, for my age. I was pretty much not this size, but this height since high school, I guess.
Really?
Oh yeah, I had my growth spurt early, so I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm gonna play in the fucking NBA, man. What
Yeah.
do you mean? Then, nope, you're stopping right there.
That's it.
That's it, man.
You're
Yeah.
done. Yeah, my girlfriend wants our son to play hockey. I don't know, man. Like, we just saw that guy get slashed in the throat, and it's like, I don't know if I'm down with my kid like being in those high impact sports.
Stuff happens. Everybody asks me like, would you put your kids in football? And it's up to them.
I loved it.
It's up to them.
I love the camaraderie. Like, I still have brothers from those.
There's
those
nothing
championship-
comparable to the
yeah,
camaraderie in
yeah.
football, man.
So I still hang out with those guys.
Yeah, me too.
And,
Well, not hang out, but I keep in contact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do keep in contact, and they're brothers for life, for sure. But I'm not sure that I'd like to see my son just, get fucking CTE and, head trauma.
Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards like martial arts for my son.
Smart.
But I mean,
It's his choice, man.
I can try to put him in any direction that I want, but I mean, he's gonna try what he's gonna try.
Yeah, absolutely. I was the same way. Like, oh, I'm gonna fucking push football down their throat. No, man. Whatever they
Yeah.
want to do. Like,
Do you have kids?
no.
No, you want
No.
kids?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do.
It's the best thing, man.
Yeah.
It's the best thing. I'm 38. I wish I would have started a bit earlier. But yeah, it's the best thing. It's like, anyways.
How does it feel to be a father?
I've heard other people describe it this way, and I think it's the best way to describe it. The lows are lower than whatever you would have experienced before, but the highs are so much higher than what you would have experienced before. Having another human being that you're responsible for, it's a big stress, man. Like, that's your responsibility. You got to make sure they're good. You want to make sure that they're happiest as possible. But man, when they're just smiling back at you, it's like, it's everything, man.
Yeah. It was worth the ride.
Worth the ride. You think more about what type of society you want to have. When it's just me, I didn't really care. But now, that's one of the reasons why I got involved with a local political party. That's one of the reasons why.
Good on you, man. Good on you.
And I think a lot of people, they're not involved at all right now in local politics, provincial politics, and federal politics, because
Bro, just involved in general.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
we've had this attitude of laissez-faire for too long
Yep.
in this country.
Yep.
And
It was too good.
we just said, oh, well, they'll take care of it. But the people that are taking care of it, man, they don't have your best interest at heart. And I'm not saying that, I'm sort of.
But isn't that everywhere, though? On a fundamental level, like anybody who is in power, they're in power because they like power.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a tough question. We're trying to resolve an age-old problem of
yeah.
how
I'm trying to
run,
look at the hippie version of
yeah,
it. You know what I
how
mean?
to run a
Yeah,
society.
yeah. What is life, man?
So I do know some politicians that do have their heart at the right place.
Yep.
The people that are getting into it to just cash in the big salary that members of parliament do make, that's for the wrong reason, man. It's a public service. You're there to provide a service for your term. And I think that, the whole fame aspect of politics, the whole money aspect of politics,
Ruined it.
it ruins the intention, of the person that's in there. They might have some people that are backing them with money for their election that want a specific thing to happen. Okay, but is that the best thing for the citizen of your country or your county that you're
I think
representing?
politics should be viewed or reconstructed in a different way. I think that is I think in the Netherlands they have multiple parties. There's like 12 different parties that can.
That's good.
That's really cool. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one because what we have, yes, okay, there is a lot of, it's very Hollywood based, very theatrical.
Yeah.
But the other option is a dictatorship.
Yeah.
So can we just find, and socialism does not work, but like, can we find like a middle, like something different, man, a middle ground, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think we have enough smart people on this planet to figure it out.
Yeah, because you look at these countries, they're leaning more towards socialism and communism right now.
Socialism does not work.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the way that you stay in power, is that you keep on offering people more money and more money and more money. Vote for me, I'll give you more money. But at the end of that cycle, you find yourself with a country of 0 people contributing and 100% are just taking, right? That's an old joke from the Union Soviétique.
Soviet Union.
They pretend to pay us and we pretend to work. And then you end up with a country that just doesn't produce anything. So hopefully we can reverse course on that. But we'll see. We'll see.
Besides this, do you have any other interest, man? Like
podcasting. The studio is.
What's your favorite podcast?
It's got to be the Joe Rogan Experience.
Of course.
Valuetainment. Patrick Bet-David. There's a podcast that you might not have heard of called No Agenda. He's been on the Joe Rogan podcast a few times. Adam Curry.
Yeah. Adam Curry.
He's a guy that's credited with inventing podcast.
Yes, little weird guy.
You call him the Podfather?
Yeah, the old guy there. Yeah, he was talking. What he was talking? Yeah, okay, talking about some stuff that I cannot mention due to the location of this podcast. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the godfather of it all. Yeah. He has his own.
Bro, if you want to cut any part of this podcast, I'm not insulted.
I'm not at all.
I totally get it.
This is the thing about Smack Talk, dude. This is there's not scripted. This is live on the spot, man. And whatever comes out, it comes out. You know what I mean? Well, I had one of my friends, drop a couple words that they shouldn't have, so I bleeped it out. Nothing racist. He is brown, so he can say what he wants, in my opinion.
Okay.
But he said something, that we cannot say, so I did bleep him out. That's the only time, man.
Is it the R word?
F word.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. He was going on this hilarious rant, but he was actually recreating the story with his friend who called him. So he's a comedian. Okay, I'm not going to tell the whole story, but he's a comedian. He was live on stage and he was bombing. Okay, so he's like, "Fuck it, I'll just call my friend and talk shit on the phone while he's on stage." So he calls him, and then this guy goes on a homophobic rant for like 2 minutes in front of a whole crowd, dude.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so that was hilarious. But he reenacted the scene and he dropped the F bomb. So.
And what did you do? Did you cut it? You bleeped it out?
AG, yeah, bleeped it out, yeah.
So Jay did?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right on. Is he watching right now?
I don't know, man, but every time I come in, he talks to me through this little camera right there, so yeah.
That's cool.
It is cool.
I kind of like it.
It is.
Yeah.
What are some myths about the real estate industry?
That it's easy.
Yeah.
That it's a way to print money.
Well,
the turnover rate is crazy. Like 80% of people that get their licenses don't have it 2 years later because they think they're going to come into this real estate world and just, start listing $1 million properties and making, huge commission checks. You can make a shit ton of money. That is true, but you need to put in a shit ton of work. My first year in real estate, I was door knocking 100 doors every single day. And I ate my fair share of shit. People, answering the door and saying, "What the hell do you want, kid?" But if you knock on 100 doors every single day, my thinking was that if 1% of the people that I talk to today are interested in buying or selling real estate, then I'm going to find success.
It's just a numbers game, man.
Yeah.
Who's willing to put in the most work,
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, a lot of the people that get into the real estate world, they see people that they admire selling lots of property, but they don't see the work that those people are putting in. And I mean, it is an industry that you can make more money in your first year than somebody that's just been in university for 7 years, 8 years, 9 years to become a doctor. They're probably going to make $400,000 that year. Mm-hmm. But you're in real estate, you take 9 months of schooling and you can make more than that doctor. But you can also make zero, right? So if you're going to get into it, you have to be ready to hustle. Mm-hmm. So that
the paycheck, like people are used to paychecks every week, man. That shit does not work in real estate, man. You'll get paid once, maybe every couple months, and then a big check, and then
So a lot of agents, I mean, they get into the business, they find a lot of success, they make huge commissions. Then they go party for a few months.
Idiots.
And then
Absolute idiots.
oh, that's me. So, that's me when I started. So you find yourself having lots of money in your bank account, and then you're single. You've got the bottle service every single weekend.
Must be nice.
It was nice. It was nice. But I mean, that's no way to build a future.
No.
You got to think about what happens next, and you want to avoid the sales roller coaster, because people prospect, then they get clients. Then they get money, and then they don't prospect anymore. You have to keep that prospecting on the level. Like if you decide to prospect for 3 hours every day, then do that every single day. Even if you're swamped with clients, never let go of what got you to that initial success, because you want to build on that. And I talk a lot about this in my coaching, but like, even if you're going to commit to like 30 minutes of prospecting every single day, stay on top of it. Consistency over time will do a lot of the heavy lifting for you.
Yeah.
And you could be a person that's not very charismatic. You'll still do well if you're consistent, right? I'm an introvert by nature, but I just kept at it, man. Just kept at it, and eventually you get a bit more confident, as they say, and then you're able to,
So there's the
clients.
suit and the smile at the end of the day, like no one really gives a shit, man, if you don't put in the work.
No, I mean, you got some agents that spend fucking $500 to get the perfect headshot, and then they spend like $3,000 to design their website, and then they hide behind this glossy.
Hey guys, if you want someone for content creation, I'm open. Like,
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is that what you do?
Absolutely. I'll do it on the side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you do for a real estate agent?
I would create the reels. I would take control of their Instagram and social
interesting.
media, Facebook, whatever you want, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
How? That's interesting. We might need to talk.
Cool. Excellent. Perfect.
I love it.
Yeah.
Is this a prospecting call today?
Maybe it is.
Maybe
An hour-long
it is.
prospecting call.
Do one of these with an agent every single
Yeah, there you
weekend.
go. Real estate agents, hey man. Is content creation key in your industry nowadays?
I don't like. I like.
Do you have to do it?
No, you don't have to. I like this. I like being with you. I like talking about ideas. I love it. But for me to like create reels, post, get familiar with the algorithm, like it's just not my game. And 100% of my clients come from repeat and referral sources. That's the way I've built my business. You don't need a social media presence. That's a myth. You don't need one. But on the other hand, I've seen people build great businesses with their social media platforms. It all depends on what you want to do and how good you are at it. But if you just want to go out there, prospect, talk with people that you already know and generate business that way, you can do that. I know some agents that do that, including myself. I do have a small social media presence, but I do not rely on it at all to generate leads for myself. For me, it's just word of mouth. That's the way I've built.
That's cool because mine, like what I'm doing is strictly
That's good.
content
Yeah,
create.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I can't really go work to oh yes, there are people will talk about me, but it's not big enough.
Yeah.
For me to be able to monetize it.
What's the goal for you?
My goal is to never stop and create an empire out of this.
Yeah, man.
I'm dead serious.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Smack Talk TV. My goal is to be maybe international one day, and yeah, just to create as many podcasts as I can, and do this as a living. If I can film podcasts on a daily basis and be good with my bills, I'm fucking good, man.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to an episode with PBD and Gary Cardone.
Okay.
It's Grant Cardone's brother.
Okay.
And they talk about Patrick Bet-David's plans to build an empire. You should listen to that podcast. I'm sure you'll find it interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So are you thinking more on the like football front or on the smack talk front? Like which one?
I want to be in everyone's face.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Cool.
In whatever way, shape, or form that is. Don't care if it's a
Yeah.
reel, if it's Spotify, if it's if it's my football podcast, but you don't like Smack Talk, no problem. If you don't like the football podcast, oh wait, Smack Talk has a cool episode this week, boom.
Yeah.
And then I have Stephen Bilodeau who lets me repost all of his content from
Okay.
Le Soundcheck podcast. He's a local comedian,
Okay.
so he's on Smack Talk TV as well. And I have other ideas for other segments too.
Okay.
So hey man, just the most content as possible, merch, maybe one day supplements, gym bro kind of thing.
Yeah.
Supplements, drinks, whatever, man, seltzers. You know,
Yeah.
I think that would be the best way to do it because on
It's like on it.
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do the affiliate marketing kind of thing. I tried it out, promo code and all that shit. Not big enough. And I don't think in Canada it's quite possible. Like in the States, States want to brand everything, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's the thing. I think merch would be merch and I think drinks, man. I'm a big energy drink guy or seltzer guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Have you ever read The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss?
No.
So he talks about building a brand like that.
Yeah.
And that's his entire thing. It's called the 4-Hour Work Week because he tells you how to build an empire just working those 4 hours.
Yeah.
Per
Well, my
work week.
main goal would be to not have a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So I can have the time to
Yeah.
do all of this because my brain is just completely racing, thinking about other things.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
of course.
And as soon as that's gone, man, you can't stop me, dude.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna need to see happen before you can quit your job?
I need to monetize it more, the podcast.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're on your way.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Which one was your favorite episode so far?
Ooh, that's a good one. Hey, man, with Solomon he's a ex-French Foreign Legion fighter.
Okay.
That was insane. Well, I've worked with him before. Like we
Yeah.
were old friends, so we had drinks, and he just start rattling off stories. That was amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and that's my my video with the most views on YouTube.
Okay.
By far, it's like 16,000, I think.
Cool.
That's crazy. And other one is Yann Fortier. He's a local, he's a bodyguard, and he worked at Pigalle for about 20-something years.
That's cool.
The stories, man, insane. I love learning about new things. Like, I
Yeah.
love hearing these stories. That's just who I am. Like, I'm a storyteller. I love, putting people on display and actually, like, learning about them. And, that's what I find really interesting. Like, I've had a lot of podcasts that I thought it was going to be shit in the beginning, and then
Yeah.
it just, wow, like this is
Cool.
really cool. Like Stephen Bilodeau too, like
Yeah.
talked about he's a retired veteran, he talked about like he was ambushed in Afghanistan, and he talked about like he just I don't know, was real.
Yeah,
That's what I
that's
love
cool.
about this, man, because this is a real conversation. This is a sit-down conversation. There's no bullshit, man. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, and I don't expect the person here to lie to you. This is not a show. This is, well, yes, but it's not. This is real life. I'm not putting on a character, There's too much fake in this world, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I've been told with my contents. Like, you got to put on an act, and you got to be something different.
bullshit.
I'm like, okay, yeah, it might work to get me like the next 50,000 views, but I mean, that's going to get super heavy, super fast.
Yep.
And then you're not going to be able to be yourself.
Hey,
on
man, first
camera.
episode, I was planning on wearing, like, something nice, like, dressing up and shit. I'm like, dude, fuck this. I put on my baseball cap. It's me, man. This is
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
And I'm so glad I did that, man.
It's
gut
less,
feeling.
It's less work.
Yeah.
Who are some of the big white whales that you'd like to see on your podcast?
Oh, I wanted to save it for after the podcast. Pierre Poilievre.
Okay.
Pierre Poilievre and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Both of them?
Both of them.
And
Not
at the same time?
No, but I mean, like, one-on-one.
Yeah.
Both let them talk. I've never said my political views. I'm never going to say it. I am very apolitical. I'm like Joe Rogan in a certain sense. Like, I will let them talk.
Yeah.
You speak for yourself.
Yeah.
I want to be the platform to which this
Yeah.
happens. And I think as a community, as Canadians, we deserve something like that. And Jordan Peterson, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I might be able to help you with one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I'll tell you after.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm very
Jordan Peterson, right?
I'm very apolitical also.
Yeah.
Over the last 4 elections, I voted for 4 different parties. I just know that this country needs a change right now.
Yep.
And there's one guy I can back right now that's going to probably win the next election. But those would be good guests.
It would be amazing guests.
Yeah, man.
Like I don't judge, and I want everybody to feel safe here, man. And that's what it is, man.
We need some good Canadian political podcasts. We don't have any.
Hey, I'm not venturing down that.
No.
I could be a guest, no problem. But
And
I
listen,
ain't fucking.
you don't have to be
The guy, yeah.
the political podcast, but a guy that receives some political guests, sort of like Joe Rogan. I mean, when he received
JFK.
Yes, RFK.
RFK, sorry,
And,
JFK.
JFK.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been a
Yeah,
conspiracy.
the fucking Undertaker, boom, back to life.
The Undertaker was a good episode.
It was, too.
Bernie Sanders, 3 years ago.
Yep.
Like it's nice to see these guys be able to outline their mission in a 2 to 3 hour podcast, because we're so used to seeing them on TV and they're on CBC and it's
Yeah,
like,
those little snippets.
what do you think about this, Mr. Poliev? And like, you've got 15 seconds to answer. And then it's like, okay, they deliver this like little line that is already pre-thought out, probably pre-written. But it's nice to have these long
They're
conversations.
professional speakers, man.
Yeah, it's nice to have these long conversations
is.
and really see people
For who
come
they are.
through. Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
And like I saw, but you know, you see it on both spectrums too. Like even in the States, like Jay Shetty had Joe Biden on, and for like for like hour and a half, 2 hours.
Was this recent?
Yeah.
Really?
Go check it out. It's actually pretty interesting.
Really?
Yeah. So like, you know, we're all human.
Yeah.
You know, we're all here to have a conversation. Whatever views people have of you, man, hey, that's up to them, and they're always going to have those views. There's nothing that you can change about that, right?
Yeah.
But at least to have an avenue where you can speak your mind, be yourself, and bring people together, not only on a physical level but on a spiritual level. That's what we need, man. And hey, if I'm the guy to do it, I'm the guy to do it, man.
I love it, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I like what you're doing here.
Thanks, man. And that's where we're fucking ending it right now.
I love it.
Thank you for coming, man. I
My
really appreciate
pleasure.
it. This is not the last time we're going to have a conversation. I think me and you are on the same page on a lot of things. I mean, ideas, money, yes. Okay, guys, so thank you for listening. I'll see you next week, and all of his information will be in the bio. So like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next week.
MartyClement.com.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Peace.